Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you from Coral Princess and I actually can't wait to show you this room that I'm in because it's so different to any inside cabin that I've ever stayed in before. Now, anyone that's been following the channel for a while will know that I generally do stay on the inside of the ship for the simple reason that I can save a bit of cash. I don't cruise on a massive budget, so it means that I can cruise more often. Now, the cabin that we're going to look at today is very unlike any inside cabin I've seen before, purely due to the fact that it feels as though it's got two rooms in it. So you'll see what I mean when we get to that shortly. But first, a little bit about Coral Princess. So she is one of the older Princess ships and was launched back in 2002. So since that point, there's been a couple of upgrades, the most recent being in 2019. And the types of accommodation that you can book on this ship is this one, which is an inside cabin. So in other words, anyone that hasn't cruised before, you've not got a window, so you ain't seeing the ocean. Number two is an ocean view, which you can get them obstructed or you can get them non-obstructed. So an obstructed one will typically look out onto a lifeboat, non-obstructed will look straight out onto the ocean. You then move up a grade and you move into your balcony cabins. So I probably shouldn't insult your intelligence by telling you that means that you get a balcony. So you get your own outside space attached to your room. From there, there's two further upgrades that you can go. So the next level is a mini suite, which I'm going to upload a separate video to show you a mini suite. But the way to describe it is it's essentially the most luxurious room that doesn't come with suite benefits. So it's as high as you can go without booking an official Princess suite. And then finally, the last type of room that you can book on this ship is a full service suite, which we'll cover more in another video. But hey, look, let me show you around this room, and if you find this video useful, if you enjoy it, I'd really appreciate if you would think about subscribing to the channel. It really does help to bring you more content from more ships, and genuinely, it means so much every single time that number goes up by one, so please have a think about it. But for now, let me take you out into the corridor and start with where this room is actually located on the ship. Okay, now the cabin that we're going to look at today is P for Plaza 629. Now, as you can see, relatively near the staircase, and that's at the back of the ship. This room is on the same deck as the bottom of the main atrium where guest services is, but that's way up the other end. So don't worry about this being a high footfall room outside. It's not at all. Now, coming in, this to me is the most amazing part of this room, which we'll come back to, but I genuinely have never seen an inside cabin with so much storage. It's literally like a walk-in wardrobe that you go into there, and it's not open storage, which I really like. Now, the room itself is actually falsely enlarged by these mirrors, double mirrors on both sides of the room, plus in the section underneath the TV, really makes us feel like a bigger room. Now, the TV that's up on the wall can also be tilted, so although it's directly at the bottom of the bed, if you wish to move it, then that's also not an issue at all. Now, the bed in here is great. Princess beds are some of the most comfortable that you're going to find on a cruise. It is worth noting that the lamps on either side of the bed are operated by an on-off switch, and they don't have USB plugs in them, but I'll show you that as we go to the other side of the room. Now, moving over here, it's all relatively compact, but at the end of the day, this is one of the cheaper cabins on the ship, so you're not going to have a huge amount of space. Now, to begin, in terms of plugs, you can see here, you've got your two US plugs, you've got an Australian plug, and you've also got two USBs. Relatively close together, but quite well appointed. You've then got your phone, masks are there because it's required at the moment, and then plenty of desk space if you wish to use that when you're on the ship. Now, in addition to your three shelves on the left-hand side that I've showed you, you've also got your drawers as you go down that all click shut, so that if you're at sea, you're not going to get woken up in the middle of the night with the drawers rattling, because nobody needs that. And then in here, you've got your fridge. So, as always, my advice, if you're on a drinks package, get that full of water, because personally, I don't drink the water on cruise ships, not that comes out the bathroom tap, so nothing worse than waking up in the middle of the night and not having a drink. Aircon, I had no issues with on this ship. It is one that you just select warmer or colder rather than a temperature or an on-off, but yeah, not an issue and pretty quiet all night. Now, moving into this section here, this is definitely my favourite thing about this entire room. You've got a full length mirror beside the door, relatively close, so you can't really stand back from it, but hey, it is what it is. And then you've got 3 separate full-size wardrobe areas here. Now this one that we've gone into first has got your life jackets at the top, followed by a safe that's complimentary, so included. And then you've got plenty of shelves there, so absolutely nothing to worry about. And then if I take you over to the other side of this little section, you'll see that you've got 2 further double wardrobes. I really can't believe there's so much in here. And in there, you don't have shelves because they're over there, but you've got loads of full length hanging space here, plus a little area at the top should you wish to put anything in there. Now we'll close these doors over, and I'll also show you what's in the one to the left hand side before we make our way into the bathroom. If we go around the corner, you'll see that we'll enter the bathroom in this cabin. Now, as always, there's a little step to go in, so just make sure you don't get caught out by that. But to be honest, fairly agreeable, fairly nice bathroom. The age of the ship, I expected these bathrooms to be more dated, so they've clearly put a bit of, careful renovation in here as they've upgraded and updated the ship. Now, one thing that is worth noting on most Princess bathrooms is that the storage is open. So if you're one that prefers a cupboard to hide your toiletries, you might want to think about storing them elsewhere. Now in here, it's great to see the drying line or the washing line remains. That is so useful. And you've got a fixed shower head, and then you've got toiletries here, which, to be fair, I don't take toiletries on a Princess cruise because the stuff that you're provided is totally fine. Now I'm not going to dwell on the shower curtain, but everyone knows how I feel about that. And then you've also got 2 hooks on the back of the door. So that is it. That is a tour of cabin P629, which is an IE grade inside cabin on Coral Princess. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, then please check out the channel for loads more cabin tours that will hopefully help you decide which cabin is right for you. But for now, thank you for watching and catch up soon. Bye.